I think we are live, sir.
No, I'm not able to see it. Yeah. Hey guys, can you see us? Can you hear us? If so,
Hello.
let us know. Hi and hello. Hey guys,
Hello, everyone.
can you hear us? If so, let us know. Hi and hello. So how are you guys feeling now? Hello, 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 Vinod. Hello, the end. It's not the end, the start, right? Finally, yes, yes, Nikki. Hello, Desi. So I have Dr. Rishabh with me, and I am sure you must have known this news by now. It's 11th of August, right? So finally, we have the date here. And
Yes.
surprisingly, there are two shifts, right? I think NB is in a hurry to conduct the exam. They might have not got enough number of real estate. That's why they probably must have gone to two seats, right? So Rishabh, so to all our listeners, so let's see what we can do. What is ahead in the next 1 month? Decently more than a month there. So what we can do? Your words, Rishabh. Let's see what
Yeah.
we can.
So, sir, I think 11th August is a very decent time for all the aspirants now who were in a dilemma to what to do now. So, 1 month plus is good enough a time to get back on track, to be in the focus and the mode of getting ready for the entrance exam. Now, two shifts is now again a bouncer in NEET PG, but I'm sure students are not very uh, uncomfortable with this idea because INI-CT already had one session of INI-CT exam in two shifts. So, if I'm not wrong, 2022 May session or I think 2021 November session, one of the sessions, November 2022 session, I think that session was in two shifts. So there is nothing to worry. Basically, there will be two set of papers with uh, almost same level of difficulty that I am assuming. Uh, Whether or not normalization process is followed in such a paper, that is yet to be cleared. But I'm sure that two shifts will not be any issue for anyone. So a deep request for from my side to all the aspirants that please, please, please don't dig in too much into this two shift criteria. ठीक है? हो जाएगा, एग्जाम ही है. दो शिफ्ट में इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि एग्जाम सेंटर्स कम थे and they had to conduct it on time. I'm sure they have remade the question paper because there were concerns of the paper being leaked, so they must have prepared the paper again and booked the centers again. It's a big task, so the good thing is that the date is finally out and we have a date to prepare.
Okay. See, the two shift meaning it will be conducted in two different sets of papers and maybe in the morning, forenoon, and the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's how the two shift generally works. So Rishabh said that they have the INST was there. Like I have told this before also. I was the first person of NEET PG, right? My batch was the first experimental batch. We had 30 exams, 15 days, two shifts. So just two shifts is not a big concern. They will have automatically normalization scores. Definitely, the paper variation difficulty level will be a talk of town after the exam. But like Rishabh said, that this is something which you or me or anyone in this country cannot change. So don't put your head into it. So it's same for everyone. The bias gets removed. So our goal is what we can do in the next 1 month available in terms with what we can control this reading, right? That should be the final goal here. Okay. So we yes, true. So Sanskrit and one more person, TV. It's not actually based on luck now. See, if you let's say you have you are in whatever shift you are, you're scored very well, or you know what you've done, right? So it automatically gets normalized. So difficulty level of paper, 100% we will not be able to take care of the difficult level of paper. Don't worry about it, right? So rest of it, what we have to do, what we can control is what how we can revise in the next available month, right? So there are two things which we'll be doing for you. One is the Daskadam series, which is going on already in the other YouTube channel for the aspirants, which will be free. All the 10 important tables, one-liners, important images with every subject, right? And one more thing, Dr. Rishabh, we will have Rishabh will say about it. So we also will be planning one-shot series. So Rishabh, tell us like how aspirants can use this one-shot series for the upcoming NEET exams.
Yeah, so one shot series is again a very good thing that we are starting in PW Medit. So it will be an in-app live classes that will conduct for all the NEET PG aspirants, and it is directed towards NEET PG. So if you're aware that PYQ sessions, one shot revision program, sorry, 10 kadam, etc. But this one shot revision is kind of, a rapid revision program covering important things of the entire subject. Okay, so for example, in radiology, I will be covering the most important questions asked and what my predictions of potential questions in this year's INICT can be based upon the trend. Okay, so consider this as a final leg of revision, and how I would recommend you to incorporate in your daily schedule is that whichever platform you might be using, okay, it's fine, but just just watch it as a passive source of learning. Okay, maybe you're sitting at night trying to मन नहीं कर रहा है पढ़ने का, बस बहुत anxiety हो रही है, you're getting anxious, so just take it as a passive learning source, right? And we'll try to cover all the important topics of each subject, and our target is to finish well before NEET PG.
Good. So, Vinod, the pattern should be same in the form of shifts like 45 minutes, 50 questions. That's how it should be. I think we'll have to wait for the prospectus. The rest of these things shouldn't change. It will be the same thing in 4 different blocks. That's how they should keep, because they've already announced that and they have not put it up in any of thing in this notice that has been changed, right? The only thing which has been changed, which has been highlighted, that will be in 2 shifts. That's the only thing. Ayush definitely will do a video soon on what is the difference between NEET and next PG soon, right? So we'll have to wait for the INB to tell when next is going to happen, what is the tentative timeline. Then definitely we'll guide you on that. Okay. So TVFGGYYY has a question on what to focus on now, MCQs or theory. What's your take on that, Rishabh?
Yeah, so sir, I think it has to be a balance of both. I personally feel that when you're revising, you should start. So suppose you're revising, let's say, pathology. So if you're dedicated 2 days for pathology, and I'm sure you can't dedicate more than 2 days now, so you start with following questions. Preferably PYQs of at least 5 years, NEET PG, INICT, and FMG. I still say FMG करना चाहिए because NB ही paper बना रहे हैं ना. So you do PYQs of all 3 sessions, at least exams, at least 5 years. Start your revision with that. So let's say 2 days. In the first 3 to 4 hours, you get well versed with the PYQs. Then start reading the theory. Okay, I think that should how your revision be planned. And I'll also briefly tell the tentative timeline how aspirants should, finish their revision now. So I'm sure that all of you were ready to give the exam on 23rd June when it was supposed to happen. So you are you have revised your syllabus, right? So what I would still say that whatever lacunae you thought you had, कुछ subjects जल्दी में पढ़ लिए, कुछ topics फटाफट निकाल दिए थे कि टाइम नहीं बचा है, अब कर लेते हैं, कोई नहीं, उनको अभी 31st July. So your first deadline is till 31st July. Till 31st July, your one revision cycle should happen, and this should include also your potential weak topics. उस पर थोड़ा ज्यादा स्ट्रेस देना है, potential weak topics हैं, and 31st July तक एक round of revision करना है. फिर last 10 days में, now this last 10 days is the timeline जहां पर कोई grand test नहीं देना है, preferably questions भी छोड़ दो अब करना. Only and only theory needs to be revised in the last 10 days. Okay, so I have given you a timeline till 31st July, PYQs plus theory. Now in theory, what I would suggest your revision notes. So PW revision notes are also there in the ASAP batch. There are whatever revision notes you are following, that is fine. So till 31st July, PYQs, revision notes, and 2 grand tests. Okay, 2 grand tests, 10 to 15 days apart. Then in the last 10 days, only theory, that's it.
Yes, thank you, Rishabh. MedNerd, yes, there'll be 2 sets of papers for both the shifts. It will not be definitely the same paper. So how they're going to equalize it, we have experts in the country, NMC and NB will decide that. Like I said, we cannot control it, so we'll not discuss much about that, right? Our focus is what best we can do in the coming 1 month. That's all, right? Like Rishabh said, that do a retrograde revision, because that will help you hit the target rightly. Do PYQs. I'm not able to solve this. Okay, let me go back to this topic and read that part, because that will help you stay more focused. Since the subject is vast, every subject is vast. If you start with theory, you might end up in, let's say, take pathology. You will start with necrosis apodosis. You'll get fed up by second chapter. And by the way, first, second chapter, you definitely know. The difficult things come later. So you'll never even reach there, right? That's why it's always good when it's in final thing to do a MCQ, PYQs of all the exams. Please don't leave FMG exam thinking that's a different thing. It's same NBMS, right? So do FMGs, NEET PG as well as INICT, and go retrogradely if you're not thorough on any concept. Go to either the rapid revision batch or the ASAP batch, which is available for all of you guys for free. Just go ahead and have a look at it and then revise about it. Fine. Okay. Anil, safe score. Safe score, we will not be able to predict the safe score, but generally speaking, safe score is based on what you want to take in which college, right? There are multiple variables here. Any score above 550 should be very, very good. You should get a decent score, but again, it varies. The clustering varies every time at different score levels. 550 and above should be a decent score, Anil. Fine. So okay, Ashima says that she's scoring 50% above in GTs and more than 50% PYQ since teacher cover all of these questions. Should I do more questions now or rapid revision? What's your question? What's your take, Rishabh?
Didn't get that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you repeat her query?
Yeah, she's getting a 50% score in GTs and 50% more or less in PYQs as well because teachers are covering them. So what should she do more than one shot or the PYQs or GTs to score more? Either it's rapid revision or more questions. She's getting approximately 50% in the content.
Yeah. So I would say that. So first of all, you have to introspect that in the 50% score that you're getting in the GTs, what is the remaining 50% that is getting left out? Okay. Now there can be two possibilities. So the remaining 50% GTs, this coaching ka aap GT laga rahe ho, maybe they're asking questions from their own question bank or their own notes, which are not very important as far as PYQs or PYTs are concerned. But if you're getting 50% of the PYTs or PYQs correct, only 50%, then now is the time that you focus on the remaining 50% theory. So जो बचे हुए 50% PYQs and PYTs तुम्हारे गलत हो रहे हैं, that theory needs to be very strong. Okay. And अब उन बचे हुए PYTs के questions करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. ठीक है. If you are getting questions wrong repeatedly, doing more questions doesn't really help. What you now need is to go in-depth theory, clarify your concept of that particular topic, and then come back to questions. ठीक है. So I would still say कि अगर rapid revision में भी वो नहीं दे रखा है बचा हुआ content PYT का, तो open your main notes. But अगर 50% ही PYQs correct हो रहे हैं, then you need to work on that.
Great. So, guys, so what are you waiting for? Like a couple of days back, I had a poll saying that what are you waiting for? The most common answer was I'm waiting for the NB notification. So now the NB notification is also out. So I urge you not to waste time and please don't discuss on what to do with two shifts if one paper is easy, one paper is difficult. I'm sure that's the point. That's a FOMO, right? You will definitely go there. That will waste your time. It will not be helpful at all, right? Just go back to the books, get hold of a person who you feel is your same wavelength friend, sit with them, discuss with them, because initial starting 2 to 3 days will be very, very tough to get into the groove, right? So to get into the groove, start with the easy subject of your choice so that you'll be comfortable. Okay, you like medicine, you like surgery, start with that. So you'll get into the groove, then go to a bit of a difficult subject. Then the last one, maybe take the most difficult subject, or the most difficult subject for you, split as 1 hour per day so that you can span it over a week or two so that you can take care of that also. Fine. Anil has a question on anatomy theories enough. Anil, if you are preparing for an exam now, this NEET PG exam, I would say go with the PYQs, that's first, and then go back to the theory. Fine. Okay, Dr. Rishabh, a question to you. Alok has asked a question like I've completed 6 years of NEET PG PYQ and 5 years of FMG, 4 GTs with 50% marks. What can I do extra to crack this exam?
So first of all, I would say that no more PYQs for you. Okay, 6 years PYQs are more than enough. There is no end to how many PYQs you can do. So that is what I told you. If you're getting low on GTs even after solving all PYQs, you need to introspect. Okay, those questions that are getting wrong, where are they coming from? So if they are previous year topics and maybe not exact PYQs, but PYTs, those PYTs need to be read in detail. Okay, they are not to be read not only from your revision notes, but maybe from your main notes and maybe from standard guidelines as well. Okay, you have to you have to go the extra mile to make those PYTs stronger. So, for example, let's say you're getting a question wrong in breast cancer, whichever breast cancer topic it is. Okay, so you need to cover breast cancer from A to Z. So, be it from pathology, be it from surgery, be it from radiology, and go on to see the official guidelines, NCCN guidelines of breast cancer, because if one PYT is getting asked every year and one or two questions are coming from it, there is no harm to go into depth in that topic.
See, I want to add one more thing what to Rishabh said on the same lines. Take one GT, the last GT, what you did, right? Take 2 to 3 hours, analyze the GT. I would want you to categorize any mistake in an exam into three. One is silly mistakes. That you have done your job well, but you didn't read all except, or you didn't read all the four options, right? This will definitely repeat again, but make sure it reduces. That's the most important thing, right? Second thing is, I have read this. I don't remember it exactly. Let's say ERPR heteronew, since he took breast cancer. I know the scoring, but I forgot. So this can be taken care of only by rereading, because there are definitely few volatile topics which has to be revised, right? Third is like what Rishabh said, I'm getting conceptually wrong. I'm not getting the right thing there. Please go back and read back again. Otherwise, you will not be able to improve that at any point of time just by solving MCQs, right? So categorize these into three things, just one GT, so you'll know that where you are lacking. Accordingly, kindly tweak your preparation, fine? So one more question to you, Rishabh, like 2 weeks of not studying, now everything appears new. How to restart?
Yeah, so I was going to answer this question. And so if somebody is, having a difficulty in restarting, my simple advice is to give a GT. ठीक है, just give a grand test. ठीक है, उसमें उसमें आपको मोटिवेशन भी मिल जाएगा, उसमें आपकी थोड़ी फटने भी लगेगी, you'll get back on track. Fear is the most potent stimuli. ठीक है, so the only way to restart if you're not getting in a mood is to just give a grand test. That's it.
Okay, great. So one more announcement for you guys. The NEET PG Titan series, what we had, we have been extending that. You will have 4 more tests starting from this Sunday, so that you need not worry that you will have every resource available for you to take care of your time in the next 1 month. If you feel that it's difficult to restart again, just passively read, put on your headphones, listen to the lectures on YouTube, passively start reading. Start with the comfort zone. That will slowly, definitely, it's difficult to restart for anyone. It's very easy to say, but it's very, very difficult to do it. So we will be there with you. We'll help you with all the ways possible. We'll have 4 more tests, grant tests for you in the same pattern, like you had the division, everything, right? We'll make sure you'll have more attempts and everything will be free on the website, right? So go ahead and start learning. So any more queries, do let us know. We'll definitely make a video on the next exam soon for sure.
So is the Titan series on the website or is it also available on the app?
See, it's a grant test series, so I would say it will be better if you can write on a website, because that will give a exact simulation of the exam screen. It'll be better. It'll be on the app as well, but it's better always on a website, because all the you can see the entire screen. In an app, it looks very small, and you tend to deviate when a WhatsApp message comes. So the ultimate idea of giving a grant test gets diluted if you don't do it in the website. So stick to a website, if possible, preferably a computer, and be it like a real exam. 3 hours sitting in a place for your generation is very tough. So that's the first thing motive here. 3 hours, sit like an exam, feel like an exam, and write like an exam. And let definitely we'll revise on the topics in the one-shot series soon. Right? Okay. So we are here for you. So if there is any other queries, do let us know. So the date is final here. It's 11th August and in 2 shifts. Hopefully they won't change this time, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Okay. Thank you, Minshad. That would be good. TVF, the same thing what Rishabh said. If you're done with PYQ's theories and getting still 150 correct, now what to do? Over to you, Rishabh.
I
Like
mean,
getting
in
PYQ's as well as theory is done with that and still is in the 150 mark.
well, 150 is not a bad score. First of all, A. Uh, and B, I think don't worry about grand test scores too much. Like if you're scoring 150 out of 200, it's not a bad score. A. And now whatever important topics, whatever important tables you have highlighted, just make sure that you are revising them again and again. Now, if you want to, you are anxious and you want to still improve, you want to still read something new, I would say that whatever PYTs are there, read them in depth, read them in detail. Don't read anything new in detail, but whatever PYTs are there, read them in detail. Okay, so that is my 2 cents on how to increase your grand test score. So for example, let's come to pathology. So we know that hematology is very important in PAS as far as competitive exams, right? So if you are stuck in 150 score and you still want to improve, maybe read hematology in detail, in a little detail. That is, I don't think that will harm you. But if you have already made good notes, you have revised, I would still say stick to that.
Okay, great. So if there's any more queries, do let us know, guys. So it's precious time, so we are signing off. All the very best. Stay tuned, and Vishu, please do try doing at least a couple of GTs so that don't leave this entire month without giving GT. That might be a mistake, right? At least give a couple of them. Not maybe not in the month of August. At least in this month, give a couple of GTs so that you are tuned and you are in the goes for the upcoming main exam. Fine. All the very best to everyone. And thank you, NB, for giving at least 1 month of gap between the exam and the notification, right? So,
Yeah.
thank you, Rishabh. Thank you.
And thank you, thank you. I think we also predicted the end of July or the
Yeah.
beginning of August when postponement notice came out, and I think it is close to the 30.
Sure, sure.
And all the best from my side as well. We will be in touch. We both will be in touch. The PW will be in touch with all the aspirants throughout this journey through YouTube sessions, through mentoring sessions as well. So all the very best, and please get back on track.
Bye bye.